Hey, welcome back. It's good to see you here. I'm meteorologist Hanna. I thank Rachel Frank for taking us right through the morning hours, doing a great job as she always does. As we talk about the conditions in place right now, I want to let you know a couple of different things. First, we had the wintry mix during the overnight last night into the early morning hours. Very sparse, very light, but certainly as the morning wore on, as we thought, we'd see some light snow and a little bit of sleet mixing in throughout the morning hours, giving us a coating. But now that we're getting into the afternoon hours, we're kind of getting into the heart of this storm. And between now and into the early evening hours, we expect the heaviest snowfall and sleet to the south. And that's going to be the key here with everything, is how much sleet we get and where exactly that sleet mixes in. And right now, we'll kind of give you a little bit of a preview on that. But I need you to know this is a major winter storm, and if you can stay off the roadways, please do so, because conditions are going to continue to deteriorate. There's no question about that. Things will continue to get worse here through the evening hours before they get better, which probably won't be until the overnight or even into the day on Saturday. So we need to let the road crews get out there and do their jobs. Take a look at the last 24 hours. Now, let's go back here. I want to be able to show you the last 24 hours, and you'll be able to see exactly how things unfolded. Again, you know that we had periods of rain during the day yesterday. Wintry mix here. You can see through the morning hours, and now as we've gotten into the afternoon hours, clearly that area of sleet and freezing rain, and in some cases further south of Philadelphia, you're above the freezing mark, so it wouldn't even be freezing rain. That was working up into our area. We had some sleet mixing in a couple of hours ago. That's now receding, and so now we're seeing generally snow for most parts of our area, except for southern parts of Chester, Bucks, and Montgomery. You guys still have some sleet. If you're in Philadelphia down towards Newcastle, you're still dealing with rain and sleet. And either way you look at it, I think the bulk of our viewing area, at least for the next couple of hours through the afternoon, we're going to be talking about periods of snow, and again, some of it very heavy at times. Possibility of 1 to 2 inches of snow per hour, not completely out of the question. Now, the center of the circulation still well to the south, gets off the coast of Atlantic City, maybe off the tip of Atlanta, off the coast of New Jersey by sometime about 2, 3 a.m., then off the tip of Long Island by tomorrow morning. And so between now and into the late hours tonight, into the overnight hours, we're going to have to contend with all of this moisture creeping up to the northeast. Yeah, it's a major nor'easter. There's no getting around it. And the fact of the matter is, this moisture is just going to continue to wrap in. We do have cold air pressing in from the north that should ensure that at least a good portion of this precipitation will be snow. As I said, there's some suggestion, though, that we get another little slot of warm air working in aloft. That gives us a little more sleet. And so I think this is going to be a fascinating storm to watch. You can imagine the amount of figuring that goes into this as far as determining accumulation amounts. But when you talk about the southern parts of our area, you guys in Newcastle, Wilmington, Philadelphia, 1 to 3 inches possible, because we're going to see more rain and sleet mixing in there. And the northern parts of our area, getting up in the northern parts into the Poconos, you're going to be talking about over a foot of snow, 12 to 18, and the rest of us sandwiched in between. I think there's a real good chance that the 3 to 6 inches, if it would stay all snow, I think we would probably certainly like the lower end of that amount for the southern half of our viewing area. 6 to 12 inches for the northern half of our viewing area, again, mainly north of the Lehigh Tunnel. But again, this is assuming that we see some sleet working in. If we don't see sleet and we get all snow, we're going to be talking about certainly the higher ends of these totals. So stay with us. We're going to be nowcasting it, updates every half hour right up to the 5 o'clock news, and then throughout the evening as conditions warrant, of course, on the AccuWeather channel. Let's check out the roadways. Rick Edwards, I believe, yes, is standing by. Rick, what do you have for us on the road?
Well, we have big chunky snowflakes falling down now, and road crews are scurrying to keep up with it. We have our afternoon congestion on 22 westbound here early past Airport Road. We have no crashes reported on 22, but plenty on the secondaries and side roads and through the neighborhoods in Allentown, Bethlehem, and Easton. So you're going to have to take your time no matter which direction you're going. You're going to run into some one-car crashes. Well, here's one now. This is on the 78 right at the ramp from Route 100 southbound. PennDOT, you can see on the scene, along with the state police, the tow truck just arriving now to get this car. You can see him off the ditch there. A lot of cars off to the side of the road, but you have to slow down as emergency units work the scenes. And we have crashes all around the counties at Sand Spring Road and Coffeetown Road. Also, the 100 block of Windsor Road in Albertus and Emmaus, Cedar Crest Boulevard and Pine. Also at Snowdrift Road and Blue Barn Road. And the Pine Street Bridge, we have a disabled vehicle right on the middle of the bridge between Caddy and West Catasauqua. Albright Avenue east of Cedar Crest Boulevard. So they're scattered all over the place. Major highways affected into Berks County, 78 eastbound. We have a multi-vehicle crash. This is near mile marker 42, a little east of the Kutztown-Crumsville exit in Greenwich Township. And on the turnpike southbound, mile marker 45, they have been working the scene of this crash for about an hour or so. That's southbound near mile marker 45. That is approaching the Quakertown exit. A little extra time and extra caution is what we need for you if they have to go out at all. So drive safely, slow down. We'll go back to Ed to get more on this weather storm here.
I thank you so much. Yeah, and so by the time it's all said and done, this is a major winter storm. And, you know, it's not that all unusual. When you get into the first 2 weeks of March, that time of year has been notorious for some significant winter storms. Once you get into the second half of March, it seems it becomes less and less likely. The good news is that the model suggests 1 week from now we could get back to 60 degrees, which would certainly be very nice. But we'll be here giving you updates. Email us your totals. Let us know what's happening where you are. You can go to our website, WFMZ.com. There's a little button to email your storm totals, or you can send it to weather@WFMZ.com. Throughout this, don't even go out if you don't have to, and we'll be giving you updates. So sit tight every half hour, of course, here on 69 and on the AccuWeather channel, round the clock. Thanks for being with us. Be safe. If you don't have to go out, sit tight. We'll see you soon. We are going to be giving you updates here every single half hour, leading us up to 69 News starting at 5 o'clock. So I want to encourage you to stay with us. I'm meteorologist Ed Hanna. I thank you so much for being with us. We had the wintry mix, a bit of wintry mix during the overnight into the morning hours, but that, as we said, changed over to some snow, had some sleet mixing in throughout the late morning hours. Now we move throughout the afternoon hours, kind of getting into the heart now of this storm. Really a major winter storm that continues to bear down on our area. You can see that, as you know, we had some rain yesterday and how things evolved, the colder air wrapping back down in, and clearly as we move through time, what will happen is periods of snow will continue throughout the afternoon hours into the evening. Probably won't wind up and taper off and move away until after midnight. May not be till 2, 3 a.m. because at that point in time, the center of this storm will be just off the coast of about Atlantic City, and then by tomorrow morning off the coast of Long Island. So we're going to have to watch it, but there is an abundance of moisture that's just moving up the eastern seaboard. You can see these darker shades of blue. That's where we're talking about snow. Could snow certainly 1 to 2 inches per hour, and which is why at this point in time we're going to keep a close eye on it. We're saying that there could be some sleet. We have seen some sleet mix in, but that sleet line has receded just a little bit to the south. Philadelphia on south, probably going to hang on to a good amount of sleet, some rain, and snow mixing in, seeing the mixed bag. I want to encourage you to email us your totals. Let us know what's happening there in your backyard. I want to encourage you to take a couple of samples. If you take 4, for example, add them together, divide by 4, then go to WFMZ.com. Click on that little button that says Email the Weather Center, and, of course, be safe out there. But I want to be able to show you that all of the counties, Berks, Lehigh Valley into northwest New Jersey, on north, winter storm warning in effect. Those counties to the south, Bucks, Montgomery, Chester, into Philadelphia, the flood watch that continues to be in effect as well, because there we're talking about still having very heavy rain mixed with sleet and snow, kind of a mixed bag. So that's something that I want you to be aware of. Here's what we're anticipating by the time we're said and done. And again, this is a fluid situation. We'll be revising this as we go throughout the afternoon. It depends on how much sleet works in, the intensity, the track, the speed. All those variables are going to be worked into the equation. But I think at this point in time, south of the Lehigh Valley, probably a 3 to 6 inch range, down towards Philadelphia, 1 to 3. But the Bucksmont area, especially northern parts, in the 3 to 6. Getting north of the Lehigh Valley, 6 to 12. The far northernmost part of our area, really not that far away, maybe let's say the north of the Lehigh Tunnel into the southern Poconos, 12 to 18 inches easily, and I think most of us are going to be sandwiched in between here. So a significant gradient from the southern parts of our area could get as little as 1, 2, 3 inches. Far northern parts of our area getting between 12 and 18 inches, and again, so we're all going to be sandwiched in between there. At this point in time, again, it's certainly around 6, assuming we see some sleet mixing in, probably a good call. If we don't see that sleet mixing in later this afternoon, we certainly could be talking about higher amounts. More sleet, lesser amounts. So stay with us as we watch it. And it's one of those situations where you just got a nowcast. We're really at this point monitoring that sleet line to see if it starts to make inroads back into our area as we progress throughout the afternoon hours. For now, let's check out the roadways. Rick Edwards standing by in our traffic center. Rick, what do you got?
Thanks, Ed. We have loads of minor crashes all around the area. Now you can see we have snow accumulation building on the 22 as we have the view past Shanersville Road. Now we'll give you some pictures of the 22 and 78 through the region with our PennDOT cameras, and I'll tell you about some of the crashes we have rolling in here. An overturned vehicle on Upper Saucon Township there on Saucon Valley Road. East of the 378, we have a crash on the Howardtown Road near Old Carriage Road in Allen Township, north of Northampton Borough. Santee Mill Road around 191 at Township Line Road, Lehigh Avenue, and Orchard Road in Whitehall Township. Big problems in Bangor Borough. A disabled tractor-trailer blocking 9th and Market. We also have a car into a house at 6th and Market in Bangor. In Allentown, 9th and Hamilton. 17th and Liberty. We have 2 disabled vehicles on Fish Hatchery Road in the 2900 block. 4th and Hamilton, a couple of accidents reported there. So they're scattered everywhere. You just have to give the emergency units and the road crews plenty of room if you're going to do any traveling, if you must do any traveling around the Lehigh Valley area. Plenty of room for the emergency units, and we have fire calls mixed in now with the accidents, so fire apparatus will be traversing these slickery roadways. To the north in Schuylkill County, we have a crash on 309 in West Penn Township, 61, 209, 54 all affected, also 209, 248, and 611 through Monroe County. And we have a sizable crash on 81 southbound near the Frackville exit in Carbon County. Over to Berks County, 78 eastbound, a multi-vehicle crash near mile marker 42. Now this is east of the Kutztown and Crumsville exit. Traffic will be tied up there on 78 on the eastbound side. Westbound side also affected. Exeter Township, some crashes at 82 in Lincoln, 422 and East Miller. Crashes on the Route 422 at 176 in Coomeroo Township, also at Route 12 in Wyomissing. And Old 22, a crash in Windsor Township right along 78. There's more than that. I can't list them all for you, folks. You just have to use extra caution, extra time, no hurries. And like I say, give those emergency units and road crews plenty of room as they treat the roadway and get to these crashes around the region. Let's get back to Ed and check out more on this winter storm.
Thanks, Tia. One thing I want to add to what Rick was saying there, I can guarantee you this. Things are going to absolutely, positively deteriorate as we move on through the afternoon into the evening hours. There's no question. There's no way things are going to get better. They're just going to get a whole lot worse out there. And I don't want to be an alarmist, but I need you to know that as I take a look at the Doppler radar, we analyze it, there is just copious amounts of moisture that are making their way up and into our area. And as long as this cold air sticks in place and we don't see that warm air slot move in here, we're talking about some snow at the rate of 1 to 2 inches per hour as we progress throughout the afternoon. Whether that rate continues into the evening remains to be seen. But it is very clear here to me that as we move throughout the afternoon hours, we're going to be talking about some snow and some of it very heavy at times. So no doubt about it, things are going to get worse. If you don't have to be on the roads, please stay put. This is a major winter storm, and we'll be giving you updates every half hour right up to the 5 o'clock news. Of course, once news is over this evening, if as conditions warrant, I suspect we'll be doing updates throughout the evening. Of course, you can always check over onto the AccuWeather channel. Be careful out there. We'll see you in a little bit.